Someone questions your decision, not with curiosity, with that tone, the one that makes you feel like you owe them something. And before you even think about it, you are already talking, defending, justifying, laying out your reasons like evidence in a courtroom. You explain yourself completely, and it still does not feel like enough, so you explain more. Two things happen every time you do this. You shrink, and they grow. The more words you pour out, the more power you hand over. You're not defending yourself, you're auditioning for their approval. And deep down, some part of you already knows that. But here's what nobody tells you about that moment. The urge to explain does not come from strength. It comes from a belief that their opinion holds authority over you, that their doubt is something you must fix, that you are somehow on trial. And the second you start explaining, you confirm all of it. You tell them, without saying a word, that they have the power to make you feel unstable. Smart people figured this out a long time ago. They stopped explaining, not because they became cold, not because they stopped caring, but because they learned something most people never do. Silence is not weakness. Stillness is not guilt. And not explaining yourself to someone who was never looking for understanding in the first place is not rudeness. It is clarity. It is self-respect. It's the move nobody sees coming. So let me show you exactly what to do instead. 1. Recognize who is actually asking. Before you say a single word, pause. Ask yourself one question. Is this person genuinely curious, or are they looking for leverage? There's a difference between someone who asks because they want to understand you and someone who asks because they want to find something to use against you. The first person deserves your time. The second person deserves nothing. Most people skip this step entirely. They hear a question and they start answering. They never check the motive, and that's exactly how you end up explaining yourself to someone who was never going to accept your answer anyway. The next time someone questions you, slow down. Look at their face. Feel the energy behind the question. Is it warm or is it probing? Is it open or is it already decided? That single pause gives you information they do not want you to have, and it changes everything that comes next. But that's only part of it. 2. Replace the explanation with a single calm statement. You don't need to justify what you did. You don't need to rebuild your entire thought process out loud so someone else can approve it. You need one sentence, delivered flat, delivered calm. Something like, "That's what I decided," or "This is the direction I'm going," or simply, "It made sense to me." No apology wrapped inside it, no defensive edge on the outside, just a steady, clean statement of fact. When you do this, something strange happens. The person waiting for you to crumble gets nothing. The energy they sent out bounces back. They expected a flood of words they could pick apart. Instead, they got a wall. And a wall said quietly is louder than any argument you could ever make. Practice this. One sentence, calm, done. But that's only part of it. 3. Get comfortable with the silence that follows. This is where most people fall apart. You deliver your calm statement, and then there's silence. And the silence feels unbearable. So you start filling it. You add more words. You soften the statement. You apologize for nothing. You undo everything you just did. The silence is not a problem. The silence is the test. The person across from you is waiting to see if you will break, if you will go back to explaining, if they will give you the opening they were looking for. Do not give it to them. Let the silence sit. Hold eye contact if you can. Breathe normally. Let them be the one who has to speak next. The person who can sit inside silence without flinching is always the one who controls the room. And you can be that person. Right now. 4. Stop explaining your life to people who are not in it. Here's a pattern that destroys more peace than almost anything else. Explaining your choices to people who have no relationship to the outcome. Your career move, your relationship, your schedule, your boundaries. People will ask, people will press, and somewhere along the way, you started feeling like you owed them an answer. You do not. Not every question deserves a response. Not every raised eyebrow requires a speech. Not every skeptical silence needs to be filled by your voice. Think about the last time you over-explained the decision to someone who had nothing to do with it. How did it feel after? Did they accept it? Did it change anything? Or did you just feel emptier than before? You explained yourself into exhaustion and came out with nothing. That is the cost of explaining to the wrong people. The right people in your life do not need you to justify your existence. The wrong ones will never be satisfied no matter how much you give them. 5. Understand what silence communicates about you. Most people believe that not explaining yourself makes you look evasive, guilty, like you're hiding something. The opposite is true. When you are secure enough in your decision that you do not need to defend it, you signal something powerful. You signal that your choices do not require external validation to be valid, that you answered to yourself before you answered to anyone else, that you are not afraid of their disapproval. People who are genuinely confident do not perform their confidence. They do not prove it with long explanations designed to convince others they are right. They stand, they are still, and that stillness says everything. Think about the people in your life you respect most, the ones who seem unshakable. Do they over-explain, or do they simply move forward steady, with or without anyone's approval? That is not a coincidence. That is a practice, and you can build it too. But here's what all of these have in common. Every single one of these moves requires you to believe, even for a moment, that your judgment is enough, that you do not need another person's agreement to make your choice real. That is not arrogance, that is self-trust, and most people have been trained out of it. They were taught that explaining themselves meant being responsible, thoughtful, considerate. But there's a line between communication and compulsive justification. And the moment you cross that line, you stop communicating and start begging. Begging for approval you should already be giving yourself. Here's what that means for you right now. Think back to the last time someone questioned you with that tone. You remember it. The question wrapped in a challenge. The look designed to make you feel like your decision was wrong before you even spoke. Now imagine that moment again, but this time you pause. You look at them, you say one quiet sentence, and then you stop. You let the silence live. You do not rescue them from it, and you walk away with every piece of yourself still intact. That's what you are building toward. Not a version of you that never feels the pressure, but a version of you that feels it and does not move. The people who never stop explaining themselves spend their lives being edited by others. The people who stop hand themselves back. What is one situation where you have been over-explaining yourself? Drop it in the comments below. And if this kind of thinking is what you're looking for, subscribe. Every video here is built around one idea. You already have what you need. Sometimes you just need to remember how to use it. You do not owe anyone a speech. You never did.